Hello painters, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, and today, horror of all horrors, I'm back to do something which involves no pouring whatsoever. I am going to use some paints and a paintbrush and some glittery things, and just for fun, because I'm feeling like a bit of a change today, I'm going to do an art project that involves no pouring mediums or anything like that. I'm just going to actually paint. Oh my goodness, I know, horror. Turn away now if you don't want to see it. So I thought I would try and do just a very simple abstract, 2 colours plus glitter. And of course, because of the kind of person I am, both colours are metallic and I've got 2 lots of glitter. So I'm going to do something in silver and blue and just do a simple split canvas. So we will see how we get on. There's not really much to explain, so I don't think there'll be a lot of talking. Oh, that might be a bit much. We'll see. So what I want to do is basically just paint half my canvas silver, half my canvas blue, and then I'm going to put some glitter in the center and kind of bleed the glitter out into the colors, and we will just see what happens. Sometimes, you know, I've got all of these paints around and you know, I see other people's projects and get inspired. Yeah, that's way too much paint, right? And I think, goodness, you know, I wish I was more arty, more artistic or more talented. I wish I could do more things. So I'm going to just branch out a little bit every now and again. I've already tried my hand at a few bits of resin art and really enjoyed doing that. And there are so many awesome tutorials and websites out there where you can learn crafts and paints and skills of all kinds of sorts that I thought, you know, I don't need to restrict myself to pouring. I've got paints and a few bits of equipment, some canvases and stuff. There's no reason why I can't try a few other things. So already I'm running into difficulty because I have no idea even how to paint. You know, that seems like a silly thing to say, but look how patchy this is. Some of it is good, but some of it isn't. It's all kind of see-through and yeah, see, I don't even know how to paint. I can't even paint a canvas a solid colour, so that pretty much shows the limit of my artistic abilities. So I think it's going to need obviously several coats, so I may as well spread this out a little bit more and try and at least make it even. And then I'll do the sides. So in terms of my history with art, I always loved colour, loved bright colours, but I think it's fair to say I was not very talented. I'm still not talented when it comes to painting things that actually look like something. So when it came to picking our subjects at school, I picked art as one of my final subjects to do my exams in, and I'd only been in the class a short time, and the teacher basically like pulled me to one side and said that my art wasn't good enough. I couldn't make things look like anything. You know, I'd never really progressed in terms of my art past child kind of level, 6 or 7. You know, I'm a stick figure kind of person, and he told me that I couldn't continue with the class because there was no way that I was going to be able to pass an art exam because I just couldn't paint, you know, I couldn't draw, I couldn't do anything. So they basically threw me out the class because I wasn't good enough and made me do pottery, and my heart was never in it. I mean, pottery was okay, but I wanted to use colour. Pottery is just grey, you know, that was it. You know, you get messy, you get to put your hands in the clay and whatever, and that's quite satisfying, but I wanted to use colour. And abstract was not one of the subjects that we were going to be tested on. It was, you know, you had to draw still lifes, you had to make things look like things, and I couldn't. So that was that when I was, what would I have been, 14 and 15, and so you know, after being told that your art is so bad that you couldn't possibly pass an exam, you know, and being thrown out of class, that was it for me. I never really picked up a paintbrush or did anything ever again, you know. Someone in authority tells you you're so terrible that you can't possibly do this subject. So that was it for me. And it's only recently when I discovered pouring and the use of all of the colours and the paints that suddenly I started to think, you know, who cares what other people think? As long as I enjoy it, I am going to do it. So there's my silver. I'm going to do the same with the blue. I've got this blue pearl metallic from Folk Art, which looks kind of nice. I don't know whether it's very transparent or not. Let's take a look. And it actually has probably a bit better coverage than that silver does. That silver now looks kind of dark. I was hoping for something a bit more shiny kind of silver and less grey. Whoa, it looks more grey now, but we'll see how it dries. So anyway, yes, since I've discovered pouring, I've never been, oh, there was a fly, never been happier in terms of art, you know, and people even buy my paintings, which basically blows me away that anyone would think my paintings are good enough that they want to part with their hard-earned money and put my painting up on their wall and admire it. But it's not just one or two people, you know, I've sold quite a lot of paintings, both to people here locally on the island who've seen them and want to buy them, but also from my Etsy store, or sometimes people who see my video and ask me if the painting's available, and if it is, you know, they buy it. So, there you go, art teacher, what do you know? Oh, that's silly, that's childish, I know, but it amazes me really that anyone thinks my things are nice enough. I think they're nice enough because they make me happy, but you know, art is there to make you happy more than anything else, especially with pouring. Who cares what other people think, whether they think it's art or craft or what they think. Do what makes you happy. And then if somebody wants to buy it, well, that's an added bonus, isn't it? Okay, so this silver, this blue metallic's looking kind of cool. I think both of them will need 2 coats to get the nice kind of even coverage that I'm looking for. So I'm going to finish off around this canvas, wait for the first layer to dry, and then I'll do a second layer of each. So my 2 layers of paint are now dry and they're looking very nice and metallic, especially this silver. It really does look like almost like a stainless steel kind of finish. I think ideally I'd have liked it to be a bit lighter, but well, that's the colour I've got, so that's the colour it came out. So now, glitter! And I have been rummaging around in my craft leftovers, and I have 2 lots of tacky glue. It's a multi-purpose adhesive, Aleene's tacky glue. I've got a large bottle and then a little small bottle, and I thought I would put some glitter across here and work it out into these other colours. So we will see how that goes. Whoops. Oh, I wonder if this is a bit thick. Oh, I can't even get it out. I think my glue's too thick. I may have to come back. Maybe some watered down PVA. Oh no, okay, it's coming. So I'm hoping, although it's obviously got body to it now, actually maybe I should spread it out with a brush, that when it dries, it will dry a bit thinner. So I'm going to put some little streaks of the glue as well. Maybe I should do that with the more fine nibbed glue that I've got. But anyway, let's see. What's the worst that can happen? It's all art, it's all an experiment, right? So if I put some of these first of all, something like this. That look good? Who knows what will look good. So now I'm going to give it a liberal sprinkling of this very, very fine glitter, and I've put some paper down because I'm hoping that once it's dry I'll be able to give it a tap and get the glitter off that isn't stuck to something. Okay, so far so good. Oops, that was a lot of glitter. I want to try and keep it in the, oh dear, keep it in the tub if I don't need to sprinkle it out. Let's see. At the same time I want to make sure all that glue is covered. Oh, I haven't got a very steady hand, it's coming out too quick. I'm going to end up having to get a lot more back in the jar than I was hoping. Never mind, better than having not enough. Too much glitter, there is no such thing, right? So better to have plenty on there and make sure it's all going to stick, and I'm going to have no bits that are left uncovered. Okay, so I think That's all of my glue covered. So now I just need to be a little bit, oh, now there's a little bit. I just need to be a bit patient, allow that to dry, and then brush it off and come back with the silver glitter, and we will see what works, what doesn't work, and whether this is going to look good or terrible. But hey, it's making me happy just because I'm working with metallics and glitter. So I will see you back here very shortly. Well, I left a few hours for the glue to dry, and then I used a soft brush to just brush off the excess glitter that wasn't stuck onto the glue, and ooh, shiny glittery stuff. So I'm very happy with that. But I've also got more. I've got one of these craft twinkle writer things. This one is kind of this one's called Crystal. It's kind of silver, and I thought I would put a few extra little lines with this one. I'm just going to check it's not clogged. Oh, it's fine. So, oh, see, I wiped that in my dress. That's dreadful. So I thought I'd just do a few little lines with this silver too, and I've got a bit more control with these. And as I take it up, I can do a few kind of little dots and things as well. So you can never have too much glitter, right? So I've already showed this to my husband and said, oh, you know, look what I've just done. What do you think? I said, it's very different to the pouring I usually do. And he said, oh, that's boring. So I don't know what you think, whether you think this is boring, but hell, I enjoyed doing it. And anytime I get in my room and do things with a few bits of paint and glitter, I'm happy. And okay, I agree, it's no fantastic work of art, honey, thank you for pointing that out. But it makes me happy. And I have a feeling if it makes me happy, there are people out there that will also be happy and will like this too. Oh, that was a bit of a big blob there. I can pick that one back up. Okay, that's good, that's a big blob. So I'm going to carry on now. Oh, I'm pushing it a bit too hard now, make too much of a big blob. And do a few more of these lines, and then again I'll let that dry, and then we'll take another look and see how it's doing. Okay, I think that's it. It's looking kind of cool. So we will see how that glitter writer dries, and then our next step. All the glitter is now dry, and what I want to do is put a nice resin top coat on here, because I thought that will make it look nice and 3D, will really help the glitter to sparkle, and will obviously protect the glitter too, so none of it's going to rub off at all. So I am using the little jars of art resin. These are the little mini starter kit, and I've worked out that I need about 8 tablespoons, I think. So I've got 4 of the resin and 4 of the hardener, and I've been mixing it in my little cup here for 3 minutes. And of course there's a lot of bubbles in there, but I think we will be able to take care of those once I've got them on the canvas. So I'm just going to pour most of it straight into the centre. I'll keep a little bit back in case I end up with too much, and I can use that on another project. And I'm just going to get my hands in there and spread this around. Now obviously when I've done things like this in the past, where I've put resin on my pores, they've had a very smooth surface. This time the glitter is slightly raised, so I've got a slightly raised surface in the center here, which I want to make sure is going to be fully covered with the glitter, fully covered with the resin. So I don't want to make it too thin. Now I'm notoriously known for being stingy with my materials. I don't like to waste anything. I don't like to waste any of the little bits of paint, any little bits of resin. I don't want to mix up any more than I need to for any of my projects, for example. But with this one, if I make it too thin, then of course the glitter is going to come through the resin there in the center. So I need to make it enough so that it's going to cover that glitter properly. But at the same time, I want to not waste my resin because it's kind of expensive here, and I want to get the best value from it possible. So make sure that the sides are covered. I think I'm doing okay so far in terms of the volume of resin. It's certainly covering the top. I've got the sides, they're looking nice and smooth, and I've got a few dribbles coming off, so that always lets me know that I must be on the right track. If it's dribbling off a little bit, then it must be good, I think. So I think I probably need a little bit more over that back edge. So I'm going to add a bit more onto the top here. So like I said, I don't want to pour it too thin. I want to make sure that glitter is not going to be coming through the resin. I think we're good. And push it a little bit more up here, and then I can use my hand to make sure the sides are done too. Okay. I find this very satisfying. Oh, I've got a little white bit of something there. What is that? I'm not sure. Well, whatever it is, it's stuck there now. So yes, I find this very satisfying. It's lovely to work with resin. Something kind of hypnotic about it almost. The way that it levels out on the canvas and creates such a lovely glossy finish to your artwork. Really brings out the colours in your pores. And I'm hoping with this one it's going to really bring out all the glitter and sparkle there in the middle. And a quick blast with the torch just gets rid of any bubbles in the resin. But of course I'll need to babysit this for a little bit, because as the resin starts to harden, more bubbles will come up through. So every 10 minutes or so I'll just come in, check it, go over it again with the torch just to get rid of any little bubbles, and just to make sure that the sides are covered and it's not all running off. But I think it's going to be good. I can feel already it seems pretty good. I've not got a lot running off, so I think we are good with that. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up, put a box on it, come back and check every 10 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished. So here it is finished. I have to say this is pretty splendid. Let me see if I can turn that light off a minute. It's a bit darker, but you don't get the glare. You can see the glare from the windows. But it's a lovely, lovely finish. The resin is smooth and glossy. It looks good, and the whole thing looks absolutely sparkly. Really, really sparkly, both with the metallic paints and obviously with all of the glitter in there too. And I have to say I've got a really good finish on it, so I'm very, very happy. So I hope you've enjoyed just following along and watching something a little bit different today, and hope to see you at acrylic pouring for some more videos and maybe a few more resin or craft ideas very soon. Thanks for watching.